Autumn really is one of the most beautiful times to be out in the garden, but it's also one of the most important. The work you do now will pay dividends for months to come. And one of the most important jobs that I do at this time of the year is save seed. Now, this tomato was gifted to me and it has been such a winner for the garden. You can see these are actually small fruit. They get absolutely huge. And even though it's looking a bit ratty, it is still producing when all the other tomato varieties are finished. So I know that this is one that I want to grow again. I need to save seed and I'm going to show you how. You can see how beautiful this fruit is. It is absolutely delicious. I picked this one a few days ago. It's not fully ripe yet, so I'm not going to use this to save seed. I'm going to use this ripe one. And it's a really simple process to do, and you could just squish it out onto a piece of paper, but I've had a lot of diseases in my tomatoes over the last few years, and so I'm going to take this extra step. First thing you need to do, open the tomato up. You can see this one doesn't actually have a lot of seed, but I'm going to chase it all and scoop it out into the bowl. And cut that again. You can still use the flesh for a pizza. Once you've got your pulp, you add a little bit of water. I go about twice as much. And then you need to take this, put it in a warm spot, anywhere from a few days to about a week. You want it to ferment. It doesn't matter if it actually gets quite discoloured, because that process, that fermenting, is much like what would happen in the forest. When the fruit falls from a plant and starts to rot down, it goes through that natural fermentation, and that helps to break down that little sac of gel that's around a tomato seed, which can contain a lot of inhibitors to germination, but it can also carry a bit of disease. So by doing this, you're able to really clean that seed. I'm going to pop that in a warm spot and I'll show you one I prepared earlier. Now you can see this is a little bit worse for wear. It's really cloudy. It's been fermenting away on a windowsill. It's been doing it for a few days. You actually need to clean the seed further, and you just do that with a sieve. Bit of water. You really want to get all of that flesh off, all of the sacs off, and strip it back to pure seed. Just gently. Just spreading them out to make sure they'll dry nice and evenly, and don't forget to label them. I'm going to pop them in a nice warm spot to fully dry on the paper, put it in your seed store, and they'll be ready to sow next spring. Another seed that I really want to save is this beautiful paper daisy. It's been so strong and flowering its head off, and it's a total bug magnet, so I really want to plant hundreds of them next year. You can see, like all daisies, they have a really simple little structure and they're easy to save. This one here, you can see that central area, that's where the actual flower is. There's hundreds, if not thousands of them in that little disc. As they get pollinated and start to form seed, they start to swell. You can hear it's not quite ready, this one, but this disc here, as those seeds form, they get these great little dispersal devices. They're called a pappus, like a parachute, and the seed is at the base of it. That whole head is nearly ripe. You can snip that whole thing and just put it straight into your bag, and those seeds will ripen and dry in there. And then this one, you can see they're all about to lift off. You can just scrape it and put it straight in the bag, and that's going to give you heaps of seed for the next season. One thing about autumn, it's really a great time to prepare soil. Over summer, as that soil dries out, you find that the life in the soil can disappear a little bit as well. They need moisture to thrive. So as soon as you get that autumn rain, it's a great time to put a light top dressing of compost on your garden beds, or start to prepare a new garden bed completely. Now you can see here, I'm working my way out across the lawn, and I'm doing it with a really simple method. This is just big sheets, big thick sheets of cardboard on top of the lawn with fertiliser, some chook manure, I've got some straw, I've got lots of garden waste and wood chips. And essentially, I'm just building a compost on top of the lawn. It'll help to weaken and smother the grass below, and all of those soil organisms can access it and help to break it down. It's a really simple way to improve the ground below and make a new garden bed on top. Like any compost, keep the pile moist, and a regular liquid feed will help push things along. One of the jobs that you've got to get done at this time of the year is planting. And it's a great time to get garlic in the ground. Don't wait until winter. Autumn is perfect. And so I've already prepared these cloves for planting. I broke apart the bulb last night and I've soaked them in water. And you can see the roots are already starting to shoot out of this clove. It's absolutely raring to get in the ground. Planting them, it's super simple. You just poke a hole in the ground, about a couple of knuckles deep, drop them in, cover them up, and watch them grow. You know, rain, hail, snow, I'm out here in the garden, but this time of the year is absolute perfection. A little bit of work now means you will have a beautiful and bountiful patch for months to come. So get out there and enjoy autumn.